Hey, it's Coach Cheese here. Just giving my friends and family an update on what's going on with my health. As you can see, if I can get a little bit closer, that there are stitches in my eye. So, how it runs out is like this. The tumor, which is stuck in my sinuses, is was pushing on the eyelid to the point on the eyeball where the eye was getting kind of pushed out, and therefore my eyelid was not closing all the way, causing for a lot of dry eyiness. So I had this huge like plaque on my eye. So I went to the ER room yesterday, and they told me that I have to get this sealed. This may be permanent. This may not be. Right now, this is going to be temporary. And when I go back to the doctors in about a week or so, we'll make a decision as to whether or not I'm going to take out this eye. A lot of things have been happening with my body. So I've been doing a lot of different holistic medicines and stuff like that. And it's, in a way, I'm kind of glad I'm not working, because you need to have this is like a full-time job trying to, connect all these dots together and have things to work out. So I'm not, I can't say that I have the full recipe, but I would say this. About 3-4 weeks ago, I was losing my balance, and I was actually very, very scared that, it's ending. Excuse me. I changed a couple of things with my diet. My balance is back. Then this eye thing took place, as well as my gums are receding, and now, look at my smile. I don't have a lot of muscle control over the right side of my face, even though I have sensitivity. I've lost my hearing in the right side of my ear by and large. I can hear just a little bit, but we don't know what's going on. A lot of people ask me, how am I able to keep this positive mentality that I have? And I'll tell you a couple things, because all throughout my life, people sit around and say I complain about blah, 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 this, that, and the third, even before social media. I tell you like this. I don't judge people or things based on what they like. So there's a lot of my friends who I can't stand the shit that they like, but I still love them. The person who gave me the phone in which I am recording this on, me and him get into arguments all the time about silly shit. I still love him. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek of what I've been working on behind the scenes, and I'm just going to speak to those in the know. A high school friend of mine recently died of cancer, and it sent me into depression when I knew the end of his life was coming up. I wake up early, watch a YouTube video for 15 minutes, and then just do nothing for 6-7 hours. And that went on for like 10 days. So it's kind of halted a couple of things, but now I'm starting to kick out. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. And I want to just let you guys know that I live in two worlds. Just last weekend, I was out partying with a couple of friends of mine, just like normal people do. And then I also live in the world of dealing with those such as myself and others who are terminally ill diseases and kind of at the end of life. So it's kind of like I'm forever living seconds away from death. And basically what I want to do is I want to take the knowledge and the conversations that I had from that other world and kind of bring it to you, because at some point in time, you're going to get cancer, or someone you know is going to get cancer. And a lot of people, and this could be my family, it could be your family, whoever, they don't have the emotional tools in their toolbox to help you. So what you'll end up finding out is that a lot of people would either rather have you miraculously kick out of this or die. It's the idea of the idea of dealing with terminally ill disease from the day to day is actually it's very difficult for a lot of normal people to digest, because it reminds them of their mortality. Now that's not true in all cases, but by and large, that's what I found with myself and with other people that I have conversations with who either had high stages of cancer, which is mine, to stage 4, or some other terminally ill disease which they couldn't kick out from, unfortunately. So one of the things I'm just help you out with here is that, I remember when I was in college at Cal Poly Pomona, I was an econ major, wasn't doing all that well in it, didn't really know where I was going with it, and I was trying to pursue a professional wrestling career on the side. I thought to myself, maybe I should go into law. There seems to be more money to that. This is 2004 around, and at that time, going to law school was like the new hot thing to do. So I became a philosophy major, and a lot of people are like, oh, you can't do anything with a philosophy degree. I tell you right now, that shit is paying off in platinum. You can sit around and punch your clock in church, but if you don't apply that shit and think about yourself or think about the actions you're doing, it's not gonna really work out for you. It really isn't, because I deal with a lot of other people, and I'm not sitting here to brag, but I'll tell you this: I'll be damned if 10% of the people took their situation as well as I've been taking mine. It's just as simple as that. It's not arrogance. It's not, I'm not talking down to these people. It's just what the situation is. And in other previous videos, and if you know me, you know I've had a pretty tough life just in general. So what I want to do is just tell you that, hey, there's a lot of things I can dwell into. Not going to get into all that. I would say this: do not live in an imaginary world. And when I say that, I mean do not use the word would. Do not talk about things that you would have done. Do not talk about things which you would have taken action over than someone else, right? Do not think in those terms. Do not speak in those terms, because that's speaking out of reality. I live pretty deep into reality. And so therefore, I don't have a lot of fear. I'm not scared of people disliking me. I'm not scared of being ostracized by my family, because some of them have done that. And I'm going to get to you guys soon enough, whether it's here or not. You want to always be in reality of the situation, be in the now. And that's how I'm able to have this tranquility, which I possess today. A lot of it has because I had to face myself. I had to face myself a number of times. My own cowardness, the lies that I've told, the people I've done wrong, the situations that led up to those things. I had to face that all the time. And what I'm trying to do now is help others face that. So I would really suggest to you that it's difficult to get to a point spiritually with where I'm at, just based off one conversation. But the first thing you need to do is get rid of imaginary thinking. Do not have imaginary conversations and imaginary conflicts in your mind. That will pollute you, and it takes up room and real estate in your head. So a lot of people, because I have a little bit of a martial arts and fighting background, and I'm no professional, but I do know how to defend myself. And because of my size, a lot of people, they like to test themselves against me. I can tell real quick whether or not you're a bitch, like real fast. One of them is when they talk about what they would have done. So sometimes I say things that are like, people don't agree with, and then people from a distance will tell me, "Oh, I would have beat my ass." That's not true. You live in an imaginary world. It's as simple. It's as silly as if you're a heterosexual man, and I have to say that in this day and age, and you caught eyes with a girl, and then you went home to your friends and you talk about how you guys had sex. No, it doesn't work that way. That's imagination. Be in reality. That's all I have to say to you guys right now. I thank those of you for the love and support. And at very soon, there'll be more information coming out. Take care.